to MLG Anaheim. Man, I made some people upset. I think somebody just blew a blood vessel on me on Twitter because I believe the stats are actually in search and destroy wise OpTic's 2-2, and they might just be main stage derived stats because they did beat FaZe and Evil in search and destroy, but
I know they lost
birthday.
Express to Envy and at least one to Impact.
Yeah, so we are clearly that data might just not necessarily be entirely accurate.
That's pretty close.
It's close. We'll just go with general percentages.
The point is they're not that amazing in search and destroy, but they're amazing in hardpoint.
Okay, so just back up.
You get it.
See, look, guys, look, see by the numbers, this is through Saturday, right? That's why. So OpTic did get to play today, so don't freak out by the stats, but I think generally speaking, you could apply some of these ratios to get a better understanding of where they might have felt, during their games, right? So with that said, I apologize.
You want me to bail you out?
Yeah, bail me out, bro. Help me out, man.
All right, so gist of it is OpTic Gaming here coming in about even with Curse. They're performing fairly well
and that
in S&D, but not as good as they could be. But still, we're down to our final few teams here. So obviously something is working for both of these squads.
There we go. That's the gist.
The map is going to be Raid.
Yes.
So S&D on Raid, love to watch it. And we're waiting for our players to queue up here in the lobby. Now, it's hard to call this one, man. Again, the players to watch is something that we need to talk about. Blindfire and Liar on the Curse side are very solid search and destroy players. You got to keep your eye on them during this S&D match. On the other side, you have Nadeshot, known for his S&D play, and really the other three players on the OpTic can always step in.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm not too familiar with how well Complex plays search and destroy. Twiz is a veteran player. He's typically an aggressor in run and gun game types. As you see him on your screen, his S&D game, he can be explosive, but somewhat inconsistent.
Yeah, and I mean, Nadeshot can just, so like we saw him go off on Friday night. He put 11 kills up, but then he rolled a donut yesterday in search and destroy.
Yeah, against Envy, he dropped an 0-6 with 0 points, no assists, no bomb plants, nothing.
So like when he goes off, he's the scariest search and destroy player in Call of Duty, and he smiles like that. And when he doesn't, he looks more like that. Yeah. So we'll see how it goes as we're getting ready to start game number 2. Kicking it off, search and destroy on Raid. If you're just tuning in, OpTic Gaming took hardpoint game number 1. So they have the lead in the series here, and we are going to jump on board with our offensive team, and that's going to be Curse to kick things off. And let's jump on with Blindfire, who's just really making a name for himself in this tournament.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So Blindfire's coming in, again, as one of those players you definitely want to watch. And on Raid, you're going to see here, if you're just joining us and you haven't really watched too much competitively, we play S&D to 6 rounds. There you see bomb site A on your screen. Bomb site B is going to be all the way on the other side of the map next to the pillars there, and what a lot of players call the ring. But here we go, back to what we were saying about Blindfire. Blindfire is that up-and-coming player, really solid AR play. But
and
you know what?
Right there.
He pushed. He tried to get a breakout right there, and Big Timer kind of shut that down pretty early. So 2 players down for Curse Gaming right now, and there you see one more going down.
Jeez.
So it's going to be a 1 versus 2. Complex left alive for Curse, picking up a big kill there on the Merc in that gunfight. So a 1 versus 1. It's going to be Complex versus OpTic Scump. And Scump, he's going to be, let's see here, over inside like the zigzag area, middle of the map. So it looks like he's not really moving very much here, Fwiz, and Complex is kind of dipping and diving and ducking and going to pick up the bomb.
Getting all of his Ds. Complex has finally picked up the bomb and going to make a move towards the B bomb site. A 1v1 situation here. As you can see, splitting your cameras, you've got both players. And now the map overview in your bottom right of the screen, as now Complex, instead of going to B bomb site, actually was going to start going to A. He is backtracking. Scumpy assuming that he would have planted here at B. They are right on top of each other, and this is going to be close here. Shots fired. Complex with a sniper, not able to connect. OpTic Scumpy wins round number 1. OpTic gets on the board first.
Yeah, now is that 1v1 gun battle that's so crucial. And you had an M8 with Scump, and you also had a DSR-50 there. And I think Complex was trying to get the nasty snipe off on Scump, just didn't do it. Scump had that very nice cover there behind the rock and managed to pick up that kill on Complex. So OpTic Gaming taking round number 1 here in this S&D. We're going to switch over to them as they have offense.
Bomb acquired.
Let's get in the eyes of Big Timer. Merc is going to be your bomb carrier for the OpTic squad. They're going to do a little bit of a slower, push here, unlike Curse that jumped out, costing Blindfire his life in the first one. Liar going to get the first blood on Merc. Nade Shot and Scumpy follow up with 2 nice kills, leaving only Liar and Twiz up for the Curse team on OpTic. You've got just Big Timer and Scumpy as Nade Shot was just taken out by Twiz, and it's a clean 2v2 situation as Big Timer has picked up the bomb for the OpTic squad.
And now Scump, he has that DSR-50 M8 combo. He's going to be last alive as Liar takes out Big Timer. Big play by Curse there. So you see Liar again, that S&D superstar for Curse. You got to watch out for him. He's been doing this all the way since 2008, 2009, the Call of Duty 4 days.
Yeah.
He's been a very good search and destroy player. So now we're going to go into this full screen mode for you with Scumpy as he's trying to figure out where these Curse players could be. And there you see on your map where they're located in blue. And Twiz cleans up Scumpy as he comes around the kitchen. And that's going to do it for OpTic in this round. Tied 1-1 now, Fwiz.
Yeah, this time Scumpy was the last man standing yet again, but was not able to pull this one out for him. So the series is tied 1-1 as Twiz gets a round-ending kill cam. These boys finally get a little bit of life here as Liar and Twiz sitting next to each other in your bottom right of the camera in the corner there. So let's jump on board with Twiz here. Most likely not going to take the bomb, I guess, here. And he's going to make a push towards the A bomb site.
Yeah, and Liar is carrying that bomb for Curse. You see that he has a few points on the board towards his score streaks. That's why he's picking up that bomb. So Twiz with the DSR-50 out now, trying to get a couple snipes across this pool side. And it looks like Curse is making an A push, which is probably the less planted bomb here on Raid. It's kind of a bit of a small differential, but typically the B bomb site is where teams like to hit.
And Twiz just hard scoping, man.
Look at this bomb. Look at where Liar's pushed up, though.
Yeah,
he's
got.
Oh, Nade Shot comes out.
Ain't nobody got time for that. Nade Shot just knew that he was going to be doing that as he tried to get that plant down, being very subtle, and was not able to do so. So everyone knows where the bomb is for the OpTic side as that's been called out. Twiz trying to see if he can pick up Nade Shot in his vision here, knowing that he's down that way. The OpTic squad in the basketball court area. Time dwindling down on the clock at 27 seconds. Curse needs to start making a move as all 4 players are up for OpTic.
Oh, big kill there by Twiz to open things up. 20 seconds left to go. Scumpy answers back with a headshot. Now it's a 1 versus 3. Complex last alive for Curse, but he's going to run into a player here. It's going to be Big Timer if he would have hit that shot.
Oh my gosh, he almost did.
It would have been buck nasty, but no, not going to happen. 2-1 here in favor of OpTic. Big shutdown play here by Big Timer.
And look at that. I mean, that was close.
It was close.
It was close. No doubt about it. Oh,
yeah.
My goodness. Plenty of sniping montage clips that will be derived out of this weekend as we've seen some great play.
The sniper has been out in Anaheim, man.
Great to see it as a viable weapon in competitive play here as we're going to jump on with OpTic on the offensive side of things. And Merc is going to be, again, your bomb carrier, but we'll jump on with Nade Shot, who's got some impressive sniping skills here. And he's going to try to put them to use, switching out what Curse was up in this spot just previous, and now they're actually going to try to replicate that through an A push. Merc actually getting up on that bomb site quickly. Nade Shot going to provide some cover on steps, and it looks like OpTic Gaming is going to get the bomb down at A with a 4v3 situation in their favor. This is a good spot for them.
Oh yeah, OpTic Gaming just executed what Curse couldn't. And they should have planted that bomb when they made that push. OpTic Gaming doing it flawlessly right there, just going ahead and getting it down as quickly as possible. No hesitation, and now you see Big Timer picking up yet another kill for OpTic. Blindfire answers right back, though. Now it's going to be a 2 versus 2 as Twiz picks up Merc. So here we go. Nade Shot and Scumpy trying to defend this bomb. Scumpy watching the flank. Nade Shot here. It's going to be up to him to pick up this big kill. No, Blindfire takes him out. It's up to Scumpy, who does take out the bomb planter and takes out Blindfire. So there you go. Big 2-piece by Scumpy.
Scump, man. You can't forget about the Ginger Ninja, man, that just took care of business, picking up the 2-piece. Time was dwindling down, so they had to jump on and get the defuse.
Well, Fwiz, that's the advantage of planning that site over at A. When you get that bomb down there and you can get the clock to dwindle down to about 10 seconds, you can always just poke up, take out the bomb diffuser, and you know what? Anybody left alive, no big deal. They don't have enough time to defuse the bomb. That's exactly what Scumpy did right there. Flawless play out of OpTic Scump.
And now Liar is going to be carrying the bomb for Curse. We are in the eyes of Twiz, trying to get some shots out here. Does connect with hit markers, but not able to clean up the kill. OpTic Gaming leading 3-1 here in the series. And now we've got Curse on offense. Blindfire is going to take out Big Timer. Merc takes out Blindfire to return the favor. And now we've got a 2v1 situation quickly, and now a 1v1 between Merc and Twiz. Merc's got 3 consecutive kills, so he does have the hot hand in this 1v1.
Oh, and Twiz does have the advantage here, does get a couple bursts off there. So there is that player weak for OpTic. It's going to be Merc, and Twiz is chasing. So let's see. Twiz actually is going to run into Merc right around this corner. Merc is right there in front of him, and there you go. Twiz with the 1 burst onto OpTic Merc and takes him out. So that's going to be 2-2 now the score, or excuse me, 3-2 the score in favor of OpTic.
Nice, man. Look at this. And there you go. Curse needed that offensive round win, too. They were needing it. They were down 3-1. They would have been down 4-1. That would have just been rough for them. So they bounced back into this with a nice round win, and now we're going to jump on board with OpTic, who's going to be on the offensive side of things. And again, Merc, your objective player, carrying the bomb here on Search and Destroy.
Yeah, and you see the snipers out again. Nade Shot and Scumpy both utilizing the snipers. Nade Shot using the dual band sight. Scumpy going with the raw scope. And
sometimes that's how you get it done, man.
Yeah, and you know what? He does spot a player up top, and they use that strategy yet again. Put the bomb down as quickly as possible.
He's got to get it.
Look at this map overhead. Look at the OpTic players where they're located all together. And I like this strategy. They get the bomb down. It's going to be very hard to penetrate that defense right there.
Just pick them off as they come in and try to get that bomb. They're in a really good
getting
setup.
sniped right now.
Oh,
right
Nade Shot's able to pick up
Complex.
Scumpy did miss his shot, but I believe Nade Shot was able to pick up there, and now they're going to try to push it. Smart move by Curse. Really, all they can do is try to push this OpTic squad. Blindfire takes out Big Timer. Scumpy comes around, and Curse handling the situation great. Nade Shot also gets taken out. Bomb time dwindling down. Merc's going to go up there. Comes up there!
With a huge 3-piece. What a play. Standing up and giving the crowd some love. Massive play by OpTic Merc. Look at this jump shot to finish it off. All 3 in the kill cam.
I mean, that was absolutely amazing by Merc. He's fired up. The OpTic Gaming squad's fired up, and that was just massive.
Again, that's what's so dangerous about planting that bomb at A. You have to take on a whole team if they get a quick plant down, and I love that strategy out of OpTic and what they're doing there. And now on to round number 7. OpTic in the lead 4-2 here, and we're already seeing some action on the board. 2 players down for OpTic. Now Twiz taking out Merc, so Curse coming right back and answering it. Scump left alive for OpTic Gaming. It's going to be a 1 versus 3. Bomb goes down at B. Scump playing this patiently with the DSR 50.
As we are going to stick on with Scump. Bomb is down for the Curse squad here. Scumpy all alone in this situation. A very difficult one to come back from in a 3v1, and Complex going to clean him up. So Curse able to slow down OpTic's momentum after a huge round by Merc. They answer back and put another round win on the board, making it 4-3. So both these teams going toe-to-toe here on Search and Destroy.
Yeah, and that takes kind of the wind out of the sails, you know. You got a big gust, and the boat's moving, the OpTic boat's moving, and then all of a sudden, it slows down really quick. Oh yeah, I know. That's why I made that reference.
Yeah, that
was
good,
man.
man.
Don't worry.
Well played.
I've done this before.
Oh, yeah, I have you. As we're going to stick on with Twiz again, a sniper battle on Search and Destroy Raid. As the lines of sight, you've seen a lot more action at A than B here, but now, with all the stuff that's happened today, both teams kind of switching back and now looking at more of a D.
Fwiz, look at this strategy now. OpTic has rushed A twice in a row and planted that bomb within the first 15, 30 seconds maybe. And now look at them, all standing back, all on the heels right now, not really progressing up the map. They're just waiting to pick off Curse players, but Blindfire's pushed up. He opens up on Scumpy. Nade Shot and Merc, however, pick up kills. So we're going to switch over to Big Timer, who has the bomb. Nade Shot now taking out Twiz. That's going to leave Liar left alive. Huge. So Merc and Nade Shot making this push over towards the B bomb zone. They also have Big Timer there. So we're going to jump on board with Liar and see if he can clutch this 1 versus 3.
In a tough situation, Liar's got to take out Big Timer. Merc and Nade Shot here. 28 seconds left. He just takes some bullets there. Has to retreat. Bomb is down at B. Shots fired. Big Timer takes out Liar. OpTic goes up 5-3 in the round, and they are 1 away from taking a 2-0 series lead.
Yeah, and here's Big Time running around in kill cam with the mate. Liar trying to jump over that rock to get a better line of sight. Does not work as Big Timer's shot on point. So OpTic Gaming up 5-3 heading into round number 9.
And now as we stay on board with our offensive side, we are going to stick on with Curse. The bomb is going to be picked up, and that will be carried by Liar as it has been for most of the search and destroy game. They need to answer back here on offense. Fortunately enough for defense is OpTic Gaming trying to close this one out. So Curse yet again will have to come up big here. On the offensive side, they are going to try to focus on this A bomb site, utilizing a strategy that we've seen so often on this map. And let's see if they can execute it. Nadeshot picks up a kill on Twiz with the sniper rifle as we switch over to Liar, the bomb carrier. He too has the DSR-50 and is going to hang back, knowing that's a 3v3 situation with Merc getting dropped by Complex.
Yeah, and so Liar going to go ahead and switch his prerogative here. Doesn't want to go towards that A site anymore. He does spot Big Timer inside the kitchen. Let's see if he can pick this kill up, Fwiz. This would be a massive play for Liar. Big Timer still lingering in that kitchen at the moment, and it looks like Liar wants to try and contest him. He's in the money room right now, so he's got to find Big Timer. And he doesn't actually challenge fully, and Big Timer, I think, spotted Liar in the back. And yes, he does take those shots at him, but Blind Fire has him covered. So here we go. Can Liar get this bomb down? There is an OpTic player threatening. It is going to be Nadeshot, and Nadeshot does take him out before he can plant. Nadeshot last alive, knows the bomb is down. 12 seconds left to go. They don't know. Oh, here we go. There's an RC car. He killed himself.
Nadeshot.
Nadeshot just took himself out.
Somebody needs to give him a hug. Look at that face. Not happy.
Not much he could do there in that situation. Blind Fire, I believe, was coming for him.
No, there isn't. In fairness to him, it was a smart play because if somebody was going to go pick up and get that bomb, he would have had that RC car available to him. It just happened that Blind Fire rolled right up on top of him, and that RC car, when he detonated to kill him, killed himself, and that's just a tough one. So Curse staying alive here, keeping it going. Now 5-4 in the series. And OpTic, if they want to close it out, will have to do it on offense, and now they'll have to do it without Merc as well.
Oh, Twiz had a couple nice shots right there. He did take a shot to Merc's upper torso, I believe, and took him out. And now, here you goes a rush. Nadeshot last alive. Complex moving in, picking up a huge three-piece for Curse Gaming, and they come right back into it, tying it 5-5. We're going to round number 11 here in this S&D on Raid. And you know what? Complex, I think, sniffed that one out. He said, you know what? I bet they go for that A push again, and I'm just going to rush it. And look what just happened. Caught OpTic completely off guard. And now we go round 11.
Yeah, I mean, they've been using that strategy. Probably that time used it a little bit too much on offense. It was a costly mistake for OpTic Gaming, and at one point was 5-3. We're looking at a 5-5 overtime search and destroy round here.
And OpTic has to play from offense, too.
Yeah,
you know, the offensive side is a little bit tougher to play from on this map. So let's see what happens. Nadeshot taking some shots right there. Scumpy drawing first blood. And you got to watch out for that car explosion right there, Nadeshot. That thing is getting ready to go. So here we go. Van does explode. OpTic still with the advantage. 4 versus 3. Nadeshot spotting a Curse player up top here. Going to take some shots and does get the kill. Very nice shot right there by Nadeshot. And now one player left alive for Curse. It's going to be Complex. He has been spotted. 1 versus 4. OpTic Gaming all over. Big kill right there from Complex. Going for the next, but no. Big Timer shuts him down. OpTic Gaming taking game number 2. They now have a 2-0 series lead versus Curse.
And yeah, that Complex, that was tough for him because once he got spotted trying to flank the squad, all eyes were on him in that situation, just not able to do it. So OpTic Gaming taking a 2-0 lead in the series. Let's take a look at the scoreboard. Your big player, Nadeshot, putting up double digits with 10 kills, 8 deaths, and Complex for Curse putting up 11, but just not enough for his team as they fell short. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this quick commercial